Okay, I want to read something to y'all. This was a post. I will not mention who um, posted this, but it was, I'm not sure when it was posted, but I got it last night. So this person wrote, if I were to get pregnant right now at this age, I would 100% get an abortion. I unapologetically say that. This is my body, and I am the only one who is able to be in control of that. I would not be able to care for a child at the age of 17. I would not be able to handle the physical and emotional changes a pregnancy would give me. Props to the young women who can, but I myself could never handle the idea of having a child. I would not go through 9 months of agony, pain, depression, giving up my life, especially at an age for focusing on my future. For a child I know I cannot care for, and a child I know I did not want to keep. A fetus is not sentient, which means living or alive. It is not a human being yet. It is a developing sperm. I am not a murderer for getting an abortion of a fertilized egg I did not ask for, did not want, and could not provide or care for. No one here is asking for you to change your values, but only to mind your own business and understand that your body is your own and you are the only person who can control that body and make decisions for it. It is the only thing you can have complete control over. Stop trying to take that away from others because you have differing opinion. Okay, first of all, if you are old enough to partake in any sexual activity, then you are old enough to be responsible, to take precautions so you don't end up in a situation where you are pregnant. There's so many things I want to discuss on this. First of all, my mind is racing. So, just because a sperm is developing into a baby does not make it not a baby. That's like saying tadpoles are not frogs yet because they're still changing and growing and developing into a frog. So, as my daughter stated, because she's the one that responded to this particular post on Facebook, stated that a child is not an adult until the age of 18. So if we were to, I'm going to use me, if I had a child and I'm like, well, you're not an adult yet, so I don't want you, so I'm going to get rid of you because I don't want to take the responsibility of going through, and I quote, agony, pain, depression, and giving up my own life because I don't want to be a parent anymore. So I'm just going to throw my child away. Because once that child is born, up until the age of 18 or 21, it is considered a human life. It is an adult. And it's your offspring. So I don't understand why this person would even say that, even make a statement, or you think that, or even feel that, in my opinion. Bottom line is a child's heartbeat starts at 18 days after conception. When does a baby feel pain? At 20 weeks. That's for about 4.5 months pregnant. Does a baby cry during gestation? Yes, right around 28 weeks. When does a fertilized egg become a fetus? 10 weeks. So then I'm thinking, okay, what does the dictionary say what a fetus is? A definition of a fetus is, it's a noun. It's considered an offspring of a mammal. So then I looked up offspring. What is the definition of an offspring? A person's child. Straight up, it's in the dictionary. Look it up. Well, actually, I asked Siri, and that's what Siri told me. But this is the one of the topics I'm going to be getting into. As you can see, I am still making notes and doing research on it and trying to put my thoughts and my opinions into the things that I'm reading about. I read about Roe versus Wade. Um, 1973, Roe versus Wade, it became a woman's right and it was legal to have an abortion. Um, let's see. When did abortion become a medical procedure? In the 1800s, Western Europe and U.S. provided abortions and trained other women to perform these abortions. 1800s, that's how far it goes back. It was not prohibited. I'm sorry, scratch that. It was not prohibit abortion until the 19th century. U.S. outlawed abortion following Britain in 1803. So I mean, there's just so much stuff that I'm catching up on and refreshing my brain. For those of you that know me, knew that I worked at a nonprofit organization for pregnancy, for mostly focusing on teenagers, even preteen, and adults. But you know, we need to be aware that abortion affects not only women but men as well. And I'm gonna do my best to touch on that subject with men and how what they go through during an abortion, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It all ties in together. And you know, these women nowadays, they feel that they can use abortion as a type of birth control, and no, sweetheart, it is not a form of birth control. We have birth control out there. Condoms, spermicide, you can have your tubes tied, you can take the Depo shot, birth control pills. There's just so many ways to prevent unwanted pregnancy. And you know, and being pregnant is not the worst thing in the world. It's really not, because you can have unprotected sex and get AIDS, and then what are you gonna do? You can't beat that. You cannot overcome AIDS. Then there's herpes. That's a lifetime thing you will live with for the rest of your life. You have outbreaks, you know, whatever, for the rest of your life. There's no cure for it. Gonorrhea, syphilis, whatever. The HPV. There's just so many different things that are worse than just getting pregnant. So I will get back to you on that.